So you guys are probably like me, and you're thinking, what is taking so long for the Detroit Pistons to, one, set up these interviews for assistant general managers, and two, actually have a name in a list that we can actually talk about. Now, there were 3 names reported, but none of these guys actually interviewed for the job, and these are the 3 names that were reported to us last week. And you guys are probably looking at this list and you're like, man, Ryan McDonough, Wes Wilcox, and Mark Hughes. Both Ryan McDonough and Wes Wilcox got fired. McDonough got fired for being a bad general manager, and Wes Wilcox got fired for being racist. Mark Hughes, on the other hand, is interesting because he's actually learning in the Clippers front office. This is his first general manager job. He was a scout with the Knicks in 2007 and 8, and he was doing kind of some player personnel stuff over there for the past 10 seasons. So that's a little bit about Mark Hughes. Wes Wilcox got let go from the Hawks, made a racial joke to a season ticket holder, mind you. So the Hawks let him go. Ryan McDonough, he's a terrible general manager. He's really bad at drafting. You can ask any kind of Suns fan out there, and they will tell you this guy absolutely was terrible at drafting. And what's the one weakness that your Detroit Pistons have in the front office? Drafting. We've passed on a lot of guys. You can go back all the way to Darko to the present day now. We are just not good at drafting. So why on earth would we bring in a guy that drafting is not his strong suit? I think you would probably agree with me. But I am rambling a little bit. So this morning, I read an article from the Detroit Free Press that really caught my attention, and they mentioned 2 more potential assistant general managers. So let's take a look at both of these potential candidates. So the first candidate that they mentioned was Tayshaun Prince, and that's actually kind of interesting. I know I made a video before of my top 3 assistant general managers that I'd like. It was Chauncey, Shane Battier, and Tayshaun Prince. Now, they go on to say that the Pistons executive began the interviews to find a general manager 2 weeks ago. The person will likely be experienced candidate who will report to senior advisor Ed Stefanski. For you guys that don't know, Ed Stefanski is actually going to move over to a basketball operations role. So he's not going to be in so much a general manager role. It's going to be, they're just going to report to them any kind of, draft news, trades, whatever, right? And so they go on to say, after hiring a general manager, the front office will begin search for an assistant. The goal is to find someone with light-on experience who could eventually grow into a larger role into the organization. The timing of the decision to fill both of the positions shows the organization is committing to change. Per source, the team is prioritizing diversity in both searches. Former Piston forward Tayshaun Prince, who is currently the vice president of basketball affairs with the Memphis Grizzlies, is a candidate for assistant general manager. That would be huge for your Detroit Pistons. Now, like I said, Tayshaun, to me, he has a little bit more experience than the next candidate we're going to talk about. But just bringing one of those guys from the 2004 squad back home in a front office role to work alongside Ed Stefanski would be huge. Not to mention that Tayshaun does have some ties with Ed Stefanski because they were both in Memphis at the same time. Now, this next candidate I'm going to talk about probably will excite a lot of people. So I know you guys are probably excited when you see Chauncey Billups on the screen. It says the organization would also welcome a reunion with Chauncey Billups, who has maintained that he is interested in being hired only as a general manager, according to a source. The Pistons would prefer to hire Billups, who has no NBA executive experience as an assistant, where he could learn the ins and outs from working in the front office. So we have actually 2 names that could potentially be tied to that assistant general manager role. Now, they did say they're going to hire a general manager and an assistant general manager, and that could be huge. Chauncey could learn from whoever they bring in as a GM. And now those three guys that I mentioned that could be potential GMs, I mean, the only one that I would probably want is Mark Hughes. You can say no to Ryan McDonough and Wes Wilcox. I'm not interested in either of those. I don't know about you guys, but I don't even think they'd be qualified. I want to know what you guys think, though. Having Tayshaun or Chauncey as an assistant general manager in this front office, let me know what you guys think of this. I will talk to you guys down in the comment section. Take care.